P. Diddy has been found not guilty on all charges and is coming home today. I joke, but P. Diddy has had a major win in the Fed case. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion with your guy Oleezeh. Don't forget to subscribe. So yes people, P. Diddy, the biggest trial since the O.J. Simpson trial in the 90s. It's officially over, and him and his defense team have pretty much beat the feds. Although they were found guilty for some things. He was found not guilty for trafficking Cassie and 50 Cent's baby mother, and that was the Jane Doe. And not guilty mainly, most importantly, for racketeering, the RICO, because that carried a life sentence. Although he was found guilty of transportation for prostitution, which I think everybody knew he would get found guilty for that, because that was clear as day. He had hired people for the sole purpose of getting busy. But what does this all mean? Basically, it means that the maximum he can be sentenced is 20 years, because the two counts he was found guilty of carry a 10-year sentence each. But let's not forget he has done 10 months or approximately 10 months already in the Brooklyn Detention Center. So that will be taken in consideration by the judge when sentencing is announced. And this is what Diddy did once the verdict was announced. He got on his knees and bent down on his chair, which seems like he's praying. In some other pictures, it looks a bit dodgy. I'll say it like that. But yeah, he was praying. I imagine very thankful that he's not going to spend the rest of his life behind bars. But yeah, sentencing will be on the 3rd of October. So he's still got a bit of time to be locked up. But knowing that you're going to come out eventually and you're going to see your kids eventually, your loved ones, he must be floating right now. There will be a hearing on July 8th. What that will consist of, I don't actually know. But we do know that Diddy will stay in jail for now, or locked up for now. His bail was denied. His defense wanted him out. And most people thought he might get out on bail after the sentencing, just purely because it's unusual for people to be held for this type of crime with the feds and be denied bail. But this is Diddy. This is a whole different individual. Whole different situation. Big up Diddy's lead attorney, Mark, what's his name, Agnafilio. He did his thing, him and his whole team. They do want to move the sentencing up, so it's a bit sooner than October. Because obviously Diddy wants to get out as soon as possible, know his fate, how long he's gonna get, if any time at all. But the fact that Diddy's bail was denied could be a bad sign. Could the judge use Diddy as an example? Like I said, he's only facing 20 years. Will the judge give him a stiff sentence like a whole 20 or maybe 18? Most professionals are saying it's very unlikely. What I'm hearing is he's most likely to receive 3 to 6 years in prison. Theoretically, the judge can say that Diddy can walk free pretty much from October, which I just don't believe it will happen. I think it will cause an uproar. I mean, that Diddy and Cassie altercation in the hotel is still etched in people's brains. They can't unsee what they saw. The fact that someone can do that type of crime and not get any type of punishment, like locked up for a few years, just won't sit well with people. But I'm not gonna lie, I was surprised with the verdict. I just assumed that he would get about 10, maybe 15 years at least, even if it wasn't for the actual evidence, but just because people saw what he did to Cassie and seen how violent he's been with other people over the years that he's been famous. I mean, as soon as I seen Cassie was pregnant on the stand, heavily pregnant, crying, I mean, it's just gonna hit everybody's heartstrings, and Diddy will just look like somebody that took advantage of a young female. Because let's not forget, Cassie was only, 19, and Diddy was about 36 when they started dating. I'm not so surprised that the jury found him innocent regarding the Jane Doe, 50 Cent's baby mother. So that story just didn't add up to me. She and Diddy were still in communication pretty much up to the date he got arrested. And the fact that he's still paying her rent even to this day is even more strange that she went and took the stand. They're not married, they don't have children, there's no real ties between them. Besides the fact that he was looking after her, and in exchange he kind of wanted what he got from her in the free cuffs. You have to wonder, will Diddy continue to pay her rent and look after her once he's found out his sentencing and his whole trial is over? I imagine on a PR level he'll probably still pay it for a little while and then cut her off. But yeah, P. Diddy He did it, and we did not believe he could do it. Big up to him and his defense team. They went through the right process, and the jury have come out with what they've come out with. He's avoiding life in prison, but we'll get some time, and we just gotta wait till October to find out. But we gotta say it, Diddy beat the feds. The biggest case since the O.J. Simpson case in the 90s. It's over. And as expected, there's been a lot of celebrity reactions. So yes, 50 Cent has reacted to Diddy trial verdict. As expected, 50 was one of the main people speaking about the case before it even started. There were talks of 50 doing a documentary, but this is what 50 Cent said. Diddy beat the Rico. That boy a bad man. He like the gay John Gotti. I wonder if 50 is actually disappointed that Diddy beat the feds. Or did he really just use this all as promotional tool for all his products and services? Because you see he's promoting his network 50 Cent Action. And if it's not that, it's his drink beverages. I wonder if 50 is going to carry on saying stuff about Diddy up until the sentencing. He might as well. Boosie's another one. Has not been shy in defending Diddy and criticizing people that were not defending him, his so-called friends. Boosie took it to online and he said this.
I'm so glad Diddy free, bro. You know, the reason is because I'm tired of seeing us black moguls get took down like that, bro. And I'm tired of seeing us black people go against us black moguls like that. And I feel like if Diddy was a white man who done all this for people, you know, I know he ain't paid people, but if he done all this for hip-hop, if he was white, they would have had so many white people out there protesting for this man losing his life behind a relationship, you know. And people always, Boosie was on Diddy's side. Nah, it ain't that. It's because I'm thinking about 7 children. Y'all thinking about one person. I'm thinking about these 7 kids who been in my kid's position. Not knowing if your daddy gonna come home or not is a burden on the child. So all y'all was like, no, I'm thinking about them damn children, man. So man, I'm glad he free, bro. You know, like I've been said, I don't feel he was guilty of nothing. You know, nothing but domestic violence. You know, but the court spoke, man, and man, I'm happy that dude children, man. I know his feeling right now, bro. I'm just happy for them children, man. So, you know, Diddy sit your down somewhere. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, fam. Now that puts a lot of context and makes a lot of sense why Boosie was going so hard for Diddy throughout this whole time. A lot of people felt like Boosie just didn't believe Cassie and thought they were gold diggers. But now we can see it's because Boosie went through this when he was going through his trial, and his kids couldn't see him and didn't know if he would come home. So he empathized and sympathized with Diddy because he knew Diddy's kids were going through the same thing that his were back in the day. But I did find it funny when Boosie said Diddy just needs to sit down and chill. Because he's like, Diddy, just don't do any more freak-off parties. You don't need it. Rilo also reacted to the news. He said this, Diddy just beat the feds. I know y'all hate him, but he gotta drop a first day out song. I mean, somehow I don't believe Diddy is thinking about doing music right now. I think he wants to come home to his big queen-size, triple-size queen-size bed with his kids, get in a jacuzzi and have some fresh chef-made food prepared for him from his mansion. After that, I think he might do some music, Rilo. My son also had some choice words regarding the verdict that got him in a bit of hot water. He said this, I have already said that what he did to Cassie was cowardly and he should have been held accountable. But I'm glad that that man will eventually go home to his family. Diddy was in no way innocent. This was a witch hunt. He was demonized and almost lost his life for what rich white men had done forever. And not only haven't been charged, but have been celebrated for. And like I said, these controversial words had a bad reaction online to the point where he had to clarify his own words. My son said this, for clarity, my post is in no way saying that because rich white men have been able to get away with a crime, black men should be able to as well. No, my point is that freaking off and having consensual freaky X wasn't a crime at the Bunny Ranch and every other X club and swingers event that white men built. Why is it trafficking and racketeering now that Diddy did it? My son had to clean that up. No, Diddy. And of course, King Combs, Diddy's son. Some say his only son, biologically. He also reacted. I believe it was outside the court. He was basically saying he was happy. Then he did a little dance with somebody outside. And of course, he's going to be happy his father has been found not guilty for all the serious crimes he was alleged to have been involved in. And Aubrey O'Day, who's never been shy to diss Diddy publicly, she reacted saying that she was sick, she felt sick, that he was found innocent of particularly the crimes against Cassie and the racketeering. But the last reaction is the most interesting for me. The one who started this whole situation off, Cassie. Her legal representation wrote a letter to the judge to go against Diddy's defense, who wanted him to get bail, which obviously we know he was denied bail. Cassie's legal team said this: "We write as counsel for Cassandra Ventura to respectfully request that the court deny Mr. Combs to be released pending his sentencing for the 2 convictions." They went on to say Ms. Ventura believes that Mr. Combs is likely to pose a danger to the victims who testified in this case, including herself as well as to the community. I mean, wow. I wonder if people really do fear for their life now that they know Diddy be back in his home, potentially within a few months or just a couple years, where they were hoping he'd be gone for the rest of his life. I just don't believe Diddy is going to be looking at revenge. Not anytime soon. He's just looking to get back home and get out of a rat-infested cell. But somehow I don't believe Diddy will go back to freaking off anytime soon. But yes, Diddy's verdict is out. Great news for him and his defense team. And those were the celebrities that reacted to his verdict. Let me know in the comments what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Peace and love.